you live from the Built Ford Tough Studio. Boomer Esiason, Greg Giannotti. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan. Simulcast across the country on CBS Sports Network and wherever you are in the free Odyssey app. Good Wednesday morning. If you've been listening to the warm-up show, you know that this is Bring Your Dog to Work Day, and things have been going really well so far, I have to admit. Elvis was not thrilled about the car ride in. He was panting. He was nervous. As I said yesterday, that the last time he was on a car ride that long, he ended up with a different family. So that might have been in his head, but he doesn't love the car. But then once he got out of the car, he was thrilled, and he's been meeting everybody. And I have to say, you know, we were talking about whether or not Eddie's dog, Cooper, who has been in this building, should be allowed in with the other dogs this morning. And he's the one that's making all the commotion out there. Like, he's the one. Like, Elvis and Whimsy are just chilling. They met each other like two long-lost friends, just sort of sniffed each other's butts and just went about their business. And Cooper's out there all jealous because he was in here by himself getting all the attention. Now there's two other dogs, and he's barking to get everybody fired up. So, I mean, I told Cooper, hey, you were a last-minute ad here, Coop. We can get you right out of here. All right, don't make me call your mother. No, obviously he's a good boy too. So yeah, we're gonna be doing this all morning long. So this is something else. Boomer, you've met these dogs. How do you feel about having them in the office?
Man, I think it's absolutely unbelievable. Everybody is in such a good mood this morning.
Yeah,
it really is. I don't know if you could do this every day. You probably couldn't. But I have to say, for one day, everybody's in a good mood. I mean, Elvis seems to be enjoying himself.
Oh yeah.
Cooper's running all over the newsroom. Whimsy is exactly how I thought she was going to be. Elvis and Whimsy have basically, made good friends.
Oh, yeah. That was great. I was a little bit worried about that, but you know what Elvis does? He reads the energy of the other dog. And if the other dog is calm and doesn't want to be messed with, he's like, okay, you're calm. I'm going to leave you alone.
I will say this, that Elvis is spending a lot of time with me. He's all over me.
Yeah, no, which is great. I love that.
And here comes Whimsy.
Whimsy. Hey, Whimsy. What's going on? Hey, Whimsy girl.
Yeah, Whimsy.
Hello, Whimsy girl.
Whimsy
Hello.
really does look like Al. Put a pair of glasses on her.
Oh,
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
But you know what? It just exactly goes to show you, whether it be a service dog that you see in the airport with somebody,
right,
or just your own dog. When you come home and after a long day, a lot of problems,
they
don't give a crap.
No.
All they care is that you're here and we're here and we're all together. Yes.
Oh, now here they go. Now Cooper and Elvis.
Are you going to be able to do a show? Or
I will. I think we see. There goes Coop. See, look at him. He's getting jealous.
I mean,
I'll be able to do a show. We have to Cooper's out there just screaming at people. Hey, Whimsy girl. No, I'll be able to do a show. It's just like in the beginning here. Once we get everything settled, and then we'll be able to move on from that. I just wanted to. Get the dogs introduced. Thank the farmer's dog for allowing us to do this. They have a beautiful setup over there with a fire hydrant and some grass and a dog bed and all this stuff. So we thank them very much for coming up with this idea and allowing us to have it because these dogs, they are healthy and going to live longer because we have them on the farmer's dog, which is awesome. Which is one thing, though, I felt bad about. Whimsy looks like a deer.
Yes, she does.
I felt bad about it, so I never feed Elvis in the morning. So it's my responsibility to feed him at night. I never feed him in the morning. So I didn't even think. I was like, I didn't bring his food. Now I have treats, and I have
a farmer's dog here.
Yeah, I know I have treats, but they make it special for him. So I have treats, and I have his bone, and I brought water bowl and all that stuff, but I totally forgot, so he's going to have to eat breakfast later. Maybe I'll get him some grilled chicken from the deli or something and feed him, and I'll get his farmer's dog a little later.
I'm give him an Oreo.
No, we're not going to do that.
All right, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
I mean, this is interesting. I was thinking about your personal situation.
Yeah.
I mean, are the girls, when they wake up this morning and Elvis not going to be there, is that going to upset them?
Yes, well, it was already a thing last night. It's funny that you asked that. Sabrina was not happy about this at all because she likes to get up and go downstairs and let Elvis out in the morning. She has a whole routine now, even at 6 years old. And she was like, I'm going to miss him. And she was getting all upset yesterday.
Yeah.
And then I said, Sabrina, chill. You're not going to see him for like an hour and a half, whatever, in the morning, but he'll be back by the time you get off the school bus. Like, he'll be fine. And I was like, stop. And then I'm thinking Elvis is like hearing everything she's saying and understanding English, which he isn't. But she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much." And I'm like, "Stop!" He probably thinks he's gonna get dropped off somewhere else. This dog was fostered.
Yes.
He went from Kentucky up to here, up to Connecticut. I'm like, I don't want him thinking we're dropping him off somewhere else.
No, he was when I got here this morning. He was laying right by your feet.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But now he's a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more socialized. He's getting around. He's meeting people. And like I said, unlike Knick fans this morning, we're very happy here. We are a very happy group. We got these 3 beautiful dogs here. And
look at those pictures.
Right.
They're headshots. Elvis in his bow tie.
Right. So it's absolutely great.
Yep, that's right. Yes, and obviously, it's with the Knick game last night, totally frustrating. You find out that Jalen Brunson's got these neck spasms, which is another thing you have to deal with.
Is it a neck spasm or is it the back to back? We're not going to play him.
Well, okay. So I learned my lesson on this.
Okay,
and I think I'm not sure if this was the day you were out, but it was the original OG Anunoby day off, and it was a back-to-back situation with travel involved, and they said that he had an elbow thing, and I'm like, oh, they're just making that up because they don't want to have him play on back-to-backs, and you get fined if you sit a guy. Well, we haven't seen him since, and he had surgery.
Well, that's one legitimate injury. I'm not, this happens.
But at the time,
but this happens all across the NBA.
Right. But at the time, I was like, oh man, like this is totally a rest spot for Anunoby. So I would love that to be the case if they were just sort of making something up and having him sit for a day, but to rest him. But at this point, it's like you touch the stove analogy. I feel like Jalen Brunson's going to be out for a couple games.
And this was a game last night where they were just going to hoist up 3-pointers, and if they hit their 3-pointers, they were going to win. If they didn't, the Pelicans obviously shot better, especially the start of the second half. And they didn't have, wasn't even close.
Yeah,
it was just really unfortunate because now 4/5 of the starting offense were not on the.
It's not their team. I mean, and I'm worried. I'm concerned. I'm anxious about it. I don't like the fact that the East is as jumbled up as it is or close as it is. And you feel like they could easily, if things go poorly, especially with the schedule we're talking about yesterday, all of a sudden find themselves in a play-in situation if these guys aren't healthy. But how worked up can I get about last night's game? It's not them. It's just it's not the Knicks, especially when you take away Jalen Brunson from the team. They've gotten used to playing without Julius Randle and OG Anunoby at this point. Jalen Brunson's not on the floor. It's not the team. I mean, this is the Westchester Knicks. This is the Summer League Knicks.
I mean, and the 5 guys that started are all legit NBA players. I mean, they just had nobody. I mean, nobody to handle Zion Williamson. He didn't really do that much early on, but you could see when he's close to the basket, who the hell was going to stop him?
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, nobody. And he was questionable going into the game and came in and played very, very well. And I mean,
look, they're a small team right now. They are a really small team. Yeah. And they are, now they got the Warriors coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. And this is and it's not just.
And then they go to the Cavaliers, who are playing well, who had a huge win last night.
And then they have a West Coast swing coming up soon after that. And it's worrisome. It definitely is worrisome. Now, I'll see how worried I am if Jalen Brunson misses another game.
Listen, no Hartenstein, no Jalen Brunson.
No Anunoby,
no Randall. I mean, look, Mitchell Robinson's been out since the beginning of the season. You're missing 4/5 of your starting 5.
Yep. Yeah, what was the exact? So this is what. Now, tell me if I'm wrong here.
All right, I will tell you if you are wrong.
We're not doctors here.
Nope.
But you've been through a lot of sports injury stuff. Dr. Elatraj, the great Stephen Nicholas, Marty O'Malley.
Yes.
These are all great doctors that you've talked to.
Great doctors.
Throughout the
I always get a sense of what's going on and what they think is really. Most of the time, I will tell you, I think 99.9% of the time, after I get done talking with them, they are 100% on the money.
So when you read or hear yesterday that Jalen Brunson has cervical spasms, what do you think?
I think maybe he slept the wrong way. I also think that maybe some analytics guy came down and said, look, he needs to get a rest. I don't know. Was it?
But a cervix? I thought a cervix only a woman had.
No, it's a spine situation. Cervical, right?
Yeah, but cervical cancer is a cervix of a woman.
Who wrote that?
The New York Post. Peter Body. It says the team listed his injury as cervical spasms. And I saw that. I'm like, and I reread it, and then I was about to say it on the air. I was like, they found out he had cervical spasm. I'm like, no, that can't be it.
No, it's your neck muscles contract involuntarily. That's what they're saying.
You know what it said? You know what it reminded me of?
And it causes his head to twist or turn to one side. So
Okay.
he might have woken up with something. I remember one week it happened to me with the Jets.
Yeah.
I woke up a Wednesday morning and I could not. I was like stuck on a 45-degree angle.
Yeah.
So imagine trying to go back to pass with your head stuck at a 45-degree angle.
Can't do it. No way.
And I couldn't get it all the way to my shoulder.
You know, so Eddie, when he was doing the schedule back in the day here at WFAN, if you missed time with like a cold or something like that, he would send out an email or he would tell people that they were out with a bruised labia. That was a thing that he would say. When I saw cervical spasms, I thought about Eddie. Like, I don't know. Let's say Chris McMonagle is out with cervical spasms.
Yeah, okay, but that's a cervical.
I know it's different.
Right.
I'm just telling you that that's what I thought of.
Okay.
That's what Eddie used to say these things and make us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was going to bring this point up, and I don't know if we talked about it or I just heard Buck Showalter talking about it.
Okay.
Did we talk about when Buck Showalter was asked about analytics?
Yeah. Yep.
We did, and he basically said, Brandon Nimmo goes 3 for 4, runs around the bases 3 different times. And is on a heater and wants to play the next day, and some analytics guy comes down and says, you know what, he ran a little bit too much today.
Yeah.
We need to give him a blow the next day.
Right.
That was Buck Showalter.
That was Buck
right?
Showalter. He thought it was nuts. Yeah, he's like, there's no analytics for the hot streak or the player with the hot bat. He thought that it was silly. Yeah. So I mean, let's hope that his neck is okay, and we see Jalen Brunson tomorrow night.
We should see him tomorrow night.
Yeah, but I told you I did this already with OG Anunoby. I was like, they're just resting him. And then it's to the point now where I just feel so negative about their injuries because it's one on top of another on top of another. Now, they still have time for everybody to get healthy and make a run to the playoffs, but it's just it feels like another one of these things where it's like, God.
You know what was amazing? When they got Anunoby, man, he just fell right in, and they just took right off.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, this trade is great. Everything's fantastic.
Well, it was, yeah.
And then they make the second trade, and they bring in Bogdanovich and Burks. And you're thinking, oh, man, everybody's like, wow, this team now is deep. They can make a run. And then this is when, Julius Randle decides to dislocate his shoulder.
Hey, Elvis.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. So we will see. We'll see how it pans out. What's going on, Elvis? Oh, sorry. He's back in here now. I told you it's not going to be. How's it going out there? These guys, they're doing okay?
Oh, yeah, very calm over here.
Okay. I honestly, I thought he was going to be. I have to say that Gina was right. I thought he was going to be in a super playful mood and try to play with everybody because he doesn't spend a lot of time with other dogs, and when he does, he likes to chase around Louise's dog, my mother-in-law's dog, Enzo. This little poodle thing.
Yeah.
And he's just all over that Enzo. But yeah. Oh, stop it! Come on, Elvis. You gotta break Enzo's back. And then so I thought that maybe he'd be like that, but he's told. I mean, you're just the best.
Well, he gave a little bit of the play sign to Cooper, but I think that he's not comfortable yet.
Yeah, no, clearly not. I mean, we did that DNA test on him to see
find out what he is.
Yeah,
and
2% human. No, he's a Great Pyrenees.
Where'd you say he came from?
It was I forget now. It's either Kentucky or Tennessee. He was walking around.
Maybe he is 2% human. Who knows?
He might be. That's a great line. Yeah, he might be. No, he's a Great Pyrenees and Lab are the two big ones.
Yeah, I can see the Lab, and obviously the size of him is the Great Pyrenees.
And he also has the white on him, and he's got the extra toe on the back foot. That's a Great Pyrenees thing. He's got an extra dangling toe. I thought when he first showed up, I was like, what the hell? I was like, what is this?
A little bit of a mess.
Yeah, but no, he was. Yeah, but then I realized it was a thing. It wasn't just him.
Yes.
It's a Great Pyrenees has these extra toes. And then I guess that brindle that he's got on him, they say it's from a dog down in the south called Mountain Cur. So he's just got, very all sorts of.
Oh, he wants my Oreos.
All
that?
Sorts of stuff. Oh yeah, he knows what he's doing. I know because Daddy's an idiot and totally forgot to feed him. Oh, I don't feed him in the morning, so I was so nervous about getting him in the car and everything else. I didn't even think about it. Maybe the farmer's dog could show up and get us some other stuff. He's just totally made himself at home. Now he goes up to Izzo. I want to go in here, open the door.
Open the door, move around.
It is funny, though, when you see the people at the radio station who don't have dogs, like Izzo and Elvis, because Elvis is big, and Elvis went up to him to say hello. He gave a little, jump back a little bit.
Not everybody's as comfortable. Yeah.
Right. And same thing with Pete Bellotti. And Pete Bellotti gave a little.
And by the way, the dog can tell. The dog can tell whether or not you're a dog person,
right? So
or an animal. They just that's why he came right to me.
Well, yeah, he knew immediately. Yeah,
probably watches us on TV too.
Right? Recognize. Yeah, before he went over, he's like, "Hey, Jerry."
Yeah, knows the voice.
He definitely does.
Al says Elvis can have Whimsy's breakfast because she probably won't eat.
Oh, really?
Plus, they could split it.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Al. That's very, very nice. Yeah, I'm thinking that I put the water in front of him. That's when I knew he was comfortable. He started lapping the water up because if he was totally nervous and not comfortable, he wouldn't have eaten and drank it at all or drank it all. Yep. Well,
it's going to be an interesting day.
It is.
It will be, and we're off to, I would say, a rousing start.
It's good.
Everybody seems to be genuinely very happy around here.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be angry about, whether it be the Knicks and what they're going through and, all the other nonsense that's going on around here. But today's a great day.
It is a great day. It is a feel-good farmer's dog, Doggy Wednesday.
Yes.
And a lot of football today, by the way. A lot of football, which is going to be fun because we haven't talked as much football the last couple of days, so we got some Jets and Giants to get to. Jerry Recco's update is coming up next. It's Boomer and Gio on the Fan and CBS Sports Network.